Who built the cages, Joe? Joe, who built the cages? Who built those cages, Joe? He should have just said that all night. That and why didn't you do this 4 years ago? Why didn't you do this 4 years ago? That's what he should have said the first debate and this debate. Anyway.
What, Jimmy, are you suggesting that the problems that we're experiencing right now just didn't happen overnight?
They did not start in January 2017, it turns out. This is Frank Luntz, the right-wing pollster. He tweeted this out. He says, nearly my entire group of undecided say they're more disheartened instead of excited by this election compared to previous ones. Neither candidate speaks to me or my issues. They care more about winning than they do about serving. That's Frank Luntz's focus group, not Michael Moore's.
I just want to make sure that's not Jeffrey Toobin down on the bottom.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
Jerking it. Anyway, she's interviewing 3 working class black women and who say they're not going to vote for Joe Biden. And well, here's how she introduced it.
Of these women, 3 black women in their 30s, they've been asked the question. I asked it. Why are you still undecided? Boy, did I get an earful. Let's start with, they want Joe Biden to apologize for the crime bill. They want Kamala Harris to apologize for what are some of her decisions that they don't like while she was a prosecutor. And bottom line, they're tired of what they see as black women's votes being taken for granted by the Democratic Party.
I think that's Chris Jansing.
Yeah. So here's some more of it.
I am totally undecided. I'd write your name in at this point.
Usually by now I would have voted already, but I'm just not comfortable with either one of them right now.
What are you looking for? What do you need to hear?
Let's start at the...
What are you looking for? What do you need to hear? How is the guy who wrote the crime bill disappointed you? What are you looking for? Do you want him to actually do something for you? Do you want him to have a policy that makes your life better or the country's? Is that what you guys want?
crime bill and the fact that he has not only not apologized, not only he has not only not rectified. Every time he reverts back to, well, it was the Black Caucus members in the church, but they were with it too. Okay, you fooled them as well.
You know, you never said I'm sorry. You know, it's like I didn't do it.
I want to hear an ironclad plan. I don't want to hear if this or if that or after the election.
Does the presence of Kamala Harris on the Democratic ticket sway you at all?
Not at all. I don't know who said she had our vote. She does not. We were supposed to grab on.
Who said she had our vote? Rich. She goes, oh, that was me. Snap. By the way, they're asking for a long overdue apology from Joe Biden for the crime bill. They're asking for a long overdue apology, and even that's too much to ask for.
Kamala with the black girl magic, but that didn't happen because she didn't right her wrongs.
Like, I hold officials accountable. I don't care what color you are. And I think that too often we automatically think that because someone looks like you, that they're going to have your best interests at heart. And that's just not simply true.
Look at Barack Obama, for instance. Joe Biden did the 1994 crime bill, which created mass incarceration, created more prisons, created longer sentencing, escalated the war on drugs, and targeted African Americans. That's Joe Biden. And he was proud of it. He said, we do everything except hang you for jaywalking in our bill. He was proud of it. Who needs Nixon when you got Joe Biden? Who needs Trump when you got Joe Biden? Liberals are absolutely livid at the prospect that black people might want something in exchange for their vote. So here's someone who tweets out, 3 undecided black women voters spoke to my colleague about why Joe Biden has yet to earn their vote, despite everything that Donald Trump has said and done during their presidency. I just don't get it, is what he's saying. I just don't get it. After everything you've seen from Biden, from Trump. Well, here's some more stuff that's going to blow your mind. This is from 2016. This is right after Trump beat Hillary Clinton. So the New York Times sent a reporter to some barbershops in Milwaukee to see why the black people wouldn't be voting and why Hillary lost. Many in Milwaukee neighborhood didn't vote and don't regret it. Yeah. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? The DNC not learning from history. Manan Sabir, owner of the Juice Kitchen, said Barack Obama's election was like going to the beach. Then he said 8 years happened. And that was that. And then 8 years happened. Their lives didn't get better. There's another guy, Ian Pfeiffer, a cook at Jake's Delicatessen, said he did not vote. We were stuck between Trump and Hillary, he said. They really left us with no choice. The election was notable as much for the people who did not show up as for those who did. At the Milwaukee barbershop, only 2 of them had voted. But there were no regrets. This is about the people who, after Trump got elected, they were not regretting not voting. Who? Minorities in Milwaukee were not regretting Trump being elected. They were not regretting not voting for Hillary Clinton. I don't feel bad. Milwaukee is tired. Both of them were terrible. They never do anything for us anyway. Talk of politics in the barbershop inevitably comes back to one man, Barack Obama. Mr. Obama's election infused many here with a feeling of connection to national politics they had never before experienced. But their lives have not gotten better. And sourness set in. So they voted for Barack Obama twice, their lives got worse, and now sourness has set in. I'm so numb, said John Toney, 45. He said no president in his lifetime had done anything to improve the lives of black people, including Mr. Obama, whom he voted for twice. It's like I should have known this would happen. We're worse off than before. But it's really Jill Stein's fault, right? Or my fault, or Susan Sarandon, or anybody who doesn't have power. Someone else who doesn't have power, right? Not the people who actually could have gotten these votes. As far as the claims of racism that have dogged Mr. Trump, Mr. Babar wasn't so worried. It's better than smiling to my face, but going behind closed doors and voting against our kids, he said, which is what Joe Biden does and did. He was real, unlike a lot of liberal Democrats who are just as racist, but keep it hidden, he said, his jaw slathered with shaving cream. Still, he voted for Mrs. Clinton, as did many others here. Here is Ice Cube.
The way it look, they don't have a plan. Everybody's, talking about get Trump out, get Trump out, get Trump out. If you vote, that's going to happen on the first day. So now what? Trump out, now what? What? What do we get in the first 100 days? That's what we're trying to figure out. What do we actually get that they could give us overnight like that? They just pulled $3 trillion out their ass and gave it to their friends. That's American taxpayer money. That's your money that they just gave away. And then there's 42% of black businesses closing. None of that money. Where's our fucking bailout? Where's the bailout? Not the PPP loan that they didn't give us. Where's the bailout? I don't want to hear about deficit. I don't want to hear about what our generations gonna have to pay. Because if we don't have shit, they ain't gonna have shit anyway to pay nothing. So we got to start something right now. Democrats don't seem like they got a plan. Republicans don't seem like they got a plan for us. So how the hell you going to vote for them? Make them Make them earn that vote. They can start today. They ain't got it yet. They can start today. Make their ass earn that vote, man. Stop playing with these people, and they'll stop playing with you.
Wow, white Hollywood blue check would be really mad at that black guy. He's privileged. He doesn't know what he's talking about. How dare he not vote for the people who've been fucking him over his whole life? How dare you? By the way, Joe Biden's, it's a rich donors, nothing would fundamentally change if he's elected. I can't believe that just wasn't his campaign slogan. I have reached the regrettable conclusion that the Negro's greatest stumbling block in his stride toward freedom is not the Ku Klux Klaner, but the white moderate. The white moderate who is more devoted to order than to justice, who prefers a negative peace, which is the absence of tension, to a positive peace, which is the presence of justice, who constantly says, I agree with your goals, but I cannot agree with your methods of direct action, who paternalistically believes he can set the timetable for another man's freedom, who lives by the mythical concept of time and constantly advises to wait for a more convenient season. Who said that the white moderate was the greater obstacle to black people than the Ku Klux Klaner? Who said this? Martin Luther King Jr. said this. And this is what he's talking about. He's talking about this guy. The white moderate who is more devoted to order than to justice, who prefers a negative peace, which is the absence of tension, to a positive peace, which is the presence of justice. There it is. The Negro's greatest stumbling block in his stride towards freedom is not the Ku Klux Klaner, but the white moderate. Okay, there you go. Now, maybe you know why blacks won't vote Biden. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.